So we're going to be watching what parents get wrong about child depression.
The automatic image of childhood is often populated with sunny images of laughter, playing, and safety. Unfortunately for some, the darkness of depression mars these memories with a heavy smear. Support, love, and reassurance from parents are crucial at this time for a child. Sadly, whether it be due to denial, lack of understanding, or misattributed blame, parents' responses can actually make it even harder for kids to deal with depression. As such, identifying false beliefs and spreading the truth is necessary to take back that childhood. Let's see if we can help clear the air. Number 1, children can't get depressed. It's adults only. Superficially, it looks like children don't have enough life to build up the worry and jaded outlook that is associated with depression. No bills, no worries, right? Well,
Yeah, I
not
guess in a way.
exactly. Remember, depression isn't a one-off bad day. According to data from the 2019 National Survey of Children's Health, 22% of the children tested had some sort of an emotional problem, with the youngest participant being only 3 years old. Depression is a psychological condition that has no age requirement. Research has shown that depressed children's brains react the same way as adult brains to stress hormones and to the happy chemicals serotonin and dopamine. To help with perspective, consider too that a child is still developing their identity. Teasing at school to a child can be as crushing as a publicly cheating spouse to an adult. We tend to forget that just as children don't get adult stuff, adults have to make an effort to see through the child's eyes to understand them as well. So although depression shouldn't be a children's illness, unfortunately, it can be.
The only way I can see a child get depressed is if he has a bad environment. Or at least to my understanding, it really depends on the type of people you have around you, the type of parents that take care of you. If you have bad parents that just kind of leave you to the side and they never like love you, pick you up, or never like pretty much check up on you, yes, that kid's gonna be sad, but it's not really up to the kid. It's pretty much up to its environment around the kid. That's why pretty much when you check up on the kid, you check up on his environment first before you check up on the kid. Like you wanna know what's happening at home.
Number 2, it's just a phase, it'll pass. Harmless phases from your childhood, an obsession with one color or only talking about one particular cartoon are not the same as depression. Sure, kids get upset, but for depression, this isn't one tantrum after not getting ice cream. The behavior is an inexplicable ongoing sadness or anger with no obvious provocation. It's tempting to hope it will pass, but since depression doesn't go away on its own, ignoring these signs will let it fester, increase in severity, and possibly develop into adult depression. The fallout then includes poor health, increased anxiety, criminal behavior, academic decline, relationship issues, and most frighteningly, increased risk of suicidal ideation and action. Depression is an illness that requires appropriate treatment. You would never let a child walk off a broken leg bone, so you shouldn't let their broken mental health be walked off either. Number 3, they're glued to that darn phone all the time. Today, regardless of your age, you've heard or seen something like this.
Okay. But listen, the phone might not have anything to do with it because kids might have been depressed like back like 20, 30 fucking years ago. But their bullying and their like struggles were completely different. I guess in their parents' time, 50, 40, around there, their type of bullying was actually fucking physical, actually psychological. Now it's pretty much getting attacked on social media. But what you can do is just press this little button on the side and just turn it off and most of your problems will be gone. Kids these days now have to worry about that. But before, you had to worry about going to school and make sure that you don't get your ass beat.
It's because of that phone. They're hungry, it's because of that phone. A kid's depressed, is it that phone again? Well, it could be, in a way,
Makes no sense.
but context is needed. Recently, researchers at the University of North Carolina found that the phone use and depression connection in teens and younger children is corollary, not direct, meaning variables associated with phone use may be the culprits. As an example, with kids, risks online tend to mirror risks offline, so schoolyard bullying means a greater risk for cyberbullying, which can lead to depressive symptoms. If the child feels negative overall, they're more likely to seek negative online content. Social media can also provide unrealistic expectations, which leads to feelings of isolation and loneliness. The takeaway is, a phone acts as an easy open portal to information. This is not bad in and of itself. It's how the information is absorbed and used that brings controversy. Using a phone isn't an insta-depression curse. Parents can help mitigate the issue by positively reinforcing phone downtime with family bonding activities. Associate the blue light break with goodness.
Yo, what age would you guys give a kid a phone nowadays? I feel like if I had a kid, I would give them a phone at 14, 15. I think I would 15, 16, because that's when you're pretty much getting into high school. So might as well have a phone then. But before that, I don't think I would give them a phone. Just because I think they would lose it, first of all, or they would pretty much break it one way or another.
Number 4, it's not depression, they're just lazy. As if depression didn't suck enough on its own, the symptoms also tend to masquerade as stereotypical laziness. Since laziness is an easier concept to swallow, then my child has mental health issues. Parents are tempted to assume the child is crying wolf or crying depression. They think the child just scored a free ticket to the lazy extravaganza. Take a ride in a messy room, visit the rat's nest hair booth, and whoop it up to the dirty laundry coaster. Reality is, the brain is messing biologically with this child. Let us explain. To do anything, energy and thought are needed. To get and use these power pellets, our brain needs a particular chemical balance. If that balance is messed up, so is the ability to think and do. Now, remember a day that wiped you out? You were so exhausted you barely made it home and through the door? The shoes even stayed on when you crashed into bed. Take a shower? That's not happening. Lucky for you, this was just a one-timer. When a mind is depressed, this run-down, living in molasses feeling and the zeroed-out energy is a constant. But wait, there's more. Yeah, depression has more physical symptoms than these. When observing a child, if they're constantly unable to do the basics like cleaning their room or playing with friends, this might be a red flag. Look further than laziness. The child is aware of what it looks like, they just can't do it. So they're lazy assumption and getting angry may be unfair. Investigate. Ask why and assure them that you're on their side. Let them know you love them no matter what. Number 5, therapy means my child getting stuffed with meds. The initial and immediate response of therapists stuffing a child with medication like a turkey is a myth. Child psychiatrists will often initially recommend non-medication therapy through a psychologist. The most popular and effective being cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT is a talk therapy, not medication, that helps improve both thought and behavior. It works on improving communication, emotion regulation, and coping skills. Also, symptom reappearance has been shown to be lessened by 63% after CBT.
I think for therapy for kids, I don't think any kid should have an antidepressant just because that can mess with their brain. They're pretty much developing, so I don't think any kid should have any antidepressant. I think that's more for adults more than kids. Even if it's a smaller dosage, I wouldn't give a kid that.
On severity, medication may be needed if talk alone isn't enough. Rest assured, the psychiatrist will, as professionally obligated, take precautions and consider several factors like the level of depression and the preferences of the patient or guardian. The starting dose is set as low as possible, and the entire process is closely monitored by professionals. As a parent or legal guardian, you will be kept apprised of treatment and included in the final decisions. The goal is to help the child, so all possibilities should be considered, as well as taking the professional's advice seriously. And number 6, if my kid's depressed, it means I'm a bad parent. In some cases, parents actually can affect their kids' mental health, but those cases are fairly extreme and not the norm. If there isn't an abusive household, a messy divorce, or other poorly handled abnormal situations, chances are you are not the cause for this depression. Also, depression develops due to multiple reasons, including biological ones. You can't have control over biological brain chemistry, so that can't be your fault either. What is key is understanding your child's struggles, and even if you don't know how, that you're trying to learn how to help them. That effort and caring, not taking the easy way out, is what makes you a good parent.
Yeah, I would feel bad if you find out that you're the reason that your kid is depressed. I don't know. I think you have to be pretty fucking abusive or just a bad parent overall to be the reason that your kid is depressed. A bad parent, yeah. Horrible parent.